All right, so here's the situation. We're at the Silverleaf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I'm the director of instruction. This is a beautiful hole. This is the 18th hole, and a lot of times, just like you're playing with your friends, the bet comes down to the last hole, or obviously shooting your lowest score comes down to the last hole, and at Silverleaf, this is what we're faced with. Down the entire left-hand side of this fairway, what we have is a wash. In Arizona, we've got lots of rocks and desert. So this is a natural wash where the water will come off the mountain, and then basically in a deluge of rain will cause this dirt valley to turn into a raging river for a short period of time. So that's why they're called washes. But this hazard runs all the way down the left-hand side of the fairway and then cuts across in front of the green. And this tee box that we're standing on is the members blue tee. We have a beautiful tee box a little bit further up the hill, but this particular tee box is going to help me to explain this situation and the shot that I want you to hit. This video is for the better golfer, and the better golfer has probably figured out how to turn that slice into a draw, and now that draw is affecting their game because it's turning it into a snap hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 3 shots for you and just describe to you how it is that you can essentially insure against hooking it into this wash on the left. A lot of players come to me as their coach and they say, you know what, if I could never see a ball go left again, that would be great. And really what they're talking about is that pressure that they feel that turns into a snap hook, and then the golf ball is in the water, it's in the houses, or in this wash that we're looking at. So in this particular situation, we've got a clubhouse in the distance right over here, and a nice green fairway that runs down here. So you've got a couple options. Do you take your tee shot and throw it out here to the right and try to play a draw back down the fairway, or do you aim it out here over the wash and slice it back into play? Well, for somebody who fights a hook, they could aim out here down the cart path or the driving range, and they could still hook it all the way across into the wash. Just like somebody who slices it, they can't aim far enough left, they'll just slice it even further. So what we're going to do is talk about the flop shot driver, okay? So if I was going to hit a flop shot, I would open up my stance, open up the club face, I would kind of pick that club up a little bit steeper, and then I would just kind of drop it in underneath, right? So just kind of cut across it, and I would finish right here. So what I'm going to do with these 3 shots is I'm going to increase my power, but essentially I'm going to do the exact same flop shot type swing on all 3. Ask yourself, when was the last time you snap hooked a flop shot? Right? So if you're trying to make sure that you never hook a shot, especially on a tee like this, what you want to do is put that flop shot into your head as the option. So taking that club, hinging it up a little bit, cutting across, cupping that wrist, anything that you can do to open up that club face through impact. So what this allows me to do is it allows me to actually aim right here down the left desert and then flop shot it over. So from this tee box to the white tees, we only have about maybe 60-70 yards. So what I'm going to do is just hit a couple of little cut flop shot drivers, and then I'm going to roast one down the left side of the fairway. So here's what it looks like. Open face, open stance, pick that club up and just kind of cut across it. And you'll be able to see it as I just kind of do like this little mini flop shot. There we go. Nice little cut, curling back right into the middle of the fairway. That little swing maybe produced 110, 120 yard little flop shot. So I'm going to add a little bit more power doing the same thing, basically aiming at the clubhouse right in the middle of the wash, opening up the face to produce that slice, and then ensuring it slices by going ahead and doing that little bit of a flop shot swing. So here it is, a little bit more power. There we go. Peeling back all the way back into the fairway. Now that particular swing was probably about 250 yard tee shot. It wasn't my max. The next one will be my max. But what happened naturally is the amount of slice that I hit on the 110 yard shot, it actually sliced about 30 yards. It had a nice big cut to it. The next one, when I added more power, actually only faded maybe 15 yards, so it was about half of that. So now what's going to happen with the exact same flop shot type swing, when I add full power, I'm not going to slice it as much. So what I'm going to do strategically is instead of aiming in the middle of the wash, I'm just going to aim down the left side of the fairway. Then from here I'm going to do everything exactly the same and hit it really hard, and then what will happen is it will just fall to the right with a little fade. Even though everything in my power is being set up to play a flop shot, it's actually going to come off pretty straight. So here's what that looks like. Now I'm aiming down the left side of the fairway, opening up the club face, probably maybe 10 degrees. Okay, so if this is the club in the playing position here, I'm actually opening the toe out like that. Right, so from your perspective here, I'm actually opening the toe out. Right, so I'm setting up down the wash with my feet line just at the edge of the fairway, opening up the club about 10 degrees, and then I'm still picking the club up and I'm still doing that flop shot, cut across release, and here it is with full power. There we go. So this one took off a little bit right of the wash and faded off into the right, and now it's probably going to end up maybe just short of those bunkers up there. But this is how you insure against that pull hook, right? We've all set up and we've tried to play that hold off fade, and it's double crossed and it's turned into a pull or a hook. So for you out there who's trying to make sure that you can play that little fade into the fairway and not struggle with that double cross or that pull hook, hit a flop shot with your driver. So hopefully this video will help you next time you're in this situation.